Well, it started out.
I ended up in Florida as the black sheep in my family of bulldogs. I just didn't want to go to Georgia.
In fairness to Jody, I think it was as much her sense of travel and adventure. She wanted something really totally different and not something that was somewhat predictable. And how can you go wrong in Florida? Great party school, good business school, great weather.
I got to lay out from February to November. I always came home for Thanksgiving with a tan.
I'm learning to fly, but I ain't got wings.
When you first went to college,
Some say life.
I asked Scott how he liked Gainesville, and he said everything is perfect about Gainesville except for those damn gators.
Unnecessary roughness, Hurricanes fan.
Larry Kroger. All in favor? Yeah. Good. Next slide, please, D-Day.
Some of my closest friends in the sorority were good friends with his friends in the fraternity, and that's how we met.
You know, Jody doesn't like to admit, but she asked me out on her first date. It was a beautiful evening, January 2002. DeFi grab a date, pretty romantic.
When Scott got in a little fender bender, he called me from the emergency room telling me that he was fine. I said, well, what are you doing in the emergency room though if you're fine? And he said, Jody insisted that I come and get checked out. And that's when I knew.
I knew the way you know about a good melon.
And ever since that I've been paying attention, I can see what a beautiful and mature woman she is and how much Scott has grown into the man I knew he would become.
When he came to surprise Jody, it was that moment when for us to see that this guy's really very, very special to Jody, and obviously she's very, very special to him. And she got all emotional, and they went back into the car in the driveway and had some private time.
True story. I think sometime my senior year, I realized that I wanted to travel. I was graduating a semester early and planning to go to law school, and so I had about an 8-month window of time. So I started talking to people, and I got this idea in my head to go live and work in London. And I got a job. I lived in this gorgeous flat in the middle of London, and I traveled on the weekends. I went to Prague, I went to Ireland, I went to Italy. My mom came to visit and we went to France, and my brother came to visit and we went to Amsterdam. Scott Brown came to visit. We didn't go anywhere, but we stayed in London.
She was gone 5 months, and originally she was going to be gone 7, so we were thankful she came home quicker.
But I think that being in London made me appreciate home even more. I felt very far away. Scott and I, we broke up. We had like a 6-month period when we were like breaking up and getting back together. That was a hard time, and we parted ways the spring of 2004.
Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, 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 love. Love, 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 love. There's nothing you can do.
And we kept in touch. We were really broken up for about 3 years. And then we started talking towards the end of my law school career. Scott was contemplating moving to Tampa, and for whatever reason, he wanted to talk to me about it. We we started talking, and then I mentioned to him that I was coming down to Florida to visit Erica and some of my other friends. And Scott said, let's go to lunch. And I just thought, this is going to be disastrous. But I went, and, you know, that was it.
It just snapped right away, and all the feelings just came right back out of how much I really do care about her and want a future with her. And I'm so lucky to have someone as special as Jody in my life with me.
2 weeks later, he flew up for the day and took me to lunch, and we had a long talk, and that was it. We got back together, and I guess like 7, 8 months later, he moved to Atlanta. We're really good at watching TV together.
I love college football Saturday. Got my buddies over.
Saturdays, we watch a lot of sports together. Scott loves the show 24, and I hate it. It scares me. Shocker.
She's scared of almost everything. When Jody gets scared, which is quite frequently, you get this.
I'm afraid of my shadow. I am absolutely terrified of basements. I'm a little afraid of my house.
You are one pathetic loser.
I love the show 90210. I can probably relate most things in my life to an episode.
Saturday at 7:30, 90210 is heating up. Secrets are revealed.
We want to have 6 boys.
Harsh words exchanged.
And I actually remember Lauren and Marcia telling me if I didn't become nicer, I wouldn't make friends.
And unexpected visits are paid.
On one occasion, I went to see her office. I was walking out, and I said, "Have a good day, counselor." And she gave me that look like, "You're embarrassing me."
She has picked up a trademark, probably more so of my mother than anyone else. And you better watch out when she gives that look.
More or less. I haven't perfected it yet, but I'm sure I'll learn to see that a couple 100,000 times, so I'll get it.
Oh, I can tell you something that I absolutely love about Scott that probably nobody knows. In his sleep, he starts hysterically laughing. He's so happy in his sleep. And then I wake him up and tell him to be quiet. I don't know, he's just the best. Except he is quite possibly the biggest slob I have ever come across in my entire life. On occasion, I'll fold his laundry and then on the floor it goes. Still working on him picking up cups and putting them in the sink. That's also a work in progress.
He's a regular kid. I mean, most boys are not that clean.
Jody has definitely straightened him up.